Hi everyone! In this tutorial, we'll go over Mortal Isshin version 1.06. Now, if you don't know, Mortal Isshin is a very, very difficult boss, one of the hardest Isshin bosses. So just as an example, I will show this clip. Now, as you can see, this boss is very difficult. So I'll be doing a quick high-level tutorial on helping you guys defeat him. Now, I won't be giving every single move away or everything you need to do. I just want to give you guys only hints that will help you with very difficult moves, but they will assist for the rest of the boss fight. The first concept that's very important is repositioning. It's very easy for this boss to pin you against the cliff, which isn't too bad, but the worst being against the wall, which means your camera can't see properly, and there's a high risk of dying. Now, with this in mind, my advice is only reposition when you have a chance. Don't try and reposition if it's too risky, and eventually, if you get really, really good, you'll actually be able to play for more than 10 or even 20 seconds whilst pinned against the wall while he's hitting you. The second concept I want to cover off is recoil countering, which is essentially leverage the deflect parry system to allow you to instantly deflect after attacking back. Now, this concept is required for this boss, especially in Phase 4, but also in all the other phases as well. Now, I'll be using this clip to help demonstrate. So, as you can see here with this move, straight after you deflect, he goes to attack back. Now, if you try and deflect the first hit and then deflect the second one without recoil countering, you will die and get a bad deflect. So how do we combat this? We use something called recoil countering. So what that means is after deflecting, you hit back. And by hitting back instantly, you're ready and primed to deflect again. Whilst if you just deflect, your character has a bit of a stagger animation and is not ready to deflect the next hit. So keep in mind with this move, for example, recoil countering is required. Now, the next concept we'll be looking at is dodging. So I don't mean just dodging. I mean iframe dodging. So something called invincibility frame, and a lot of mods have this. It's when, as soon as you start sprinting, you're actually invincible temporarily from most hits. Not all, but most hits. Now, this is very important for especially Phase 4. Now, the Phase 4 transition after the first few hits, he does a lightning attack. So as you can see, it's paused here, and he's up in the air. And you might ask, how do I dodge this? So what you want to do is right before the lightning hits the ground, you want to dodge forward. You can do this by pressing just Shift if you're on a keyboard and mouse. However, you don't have to dodge forward. You can dodge any direction. This works. Then that will avoid the first lightning strike. Then he will do a mortal attack that attacks pretty much the whole map. You just want to deflect this. Then he will do 2 pulses of lightning here. The only way to dodge this is by iframing. So, like I said, invincibility frame. So you want to dodge forward on the first one, then wait a little bit, then dodge again. So what I like to do is right after deflecting the AoE mortal attack, I recoil counter. So I hit back straight after that deflection, I hit 5 times, and then I dodge forward. Then once the first lightning strikes pass, I begin to dodge forward again. However, you may not always be able to dodge in any direction. An example, this is in Phase 2 with the Spiral Cloud Passage attack, combined with a vertical fire attack. With this attack, you can only dodge to the right. The other move that is quite difficult in P4, which does require dodging, is this move here. So this move requires dodging, and also I highly recommend recoil countering after the attack. So essentially what happens here is similar to what we mentioned before with the recoil countering on that other Phase 4 move, as you can see here. If you try and deflect both of the hits here, so as you can see, he does 1 hit himself, then 1 hit on the clone, you will get a bad deflect on the second hit. So what you want to do is you want to dodge the first one that normal Isshin does and then deflect the attack that the clone Isshin does. This is the best way, and this is what works best for everyone and personally myself. Then right after deflecting that second hit, you want to recoil counter it by hitting back straight away. Now, speaking of the last concept, this is the most important one, in my opinion. It's pre-blocking. Pre-blocking is required in all phases, especially P1 and P2. What pre-blocking refers to is anticipating an attack and deflecting before you even see it. So as you can see, we're playing some clips now in P1, and he hits back straight away after deflecting, or after we attack. So what we want to do is, we can't rely on our eyes, it's too fast. So what we do is, after a particular attack, we pre-click deflect. So right after attacking or deflecting, before seeing what's next, I just click deflect. Now keep in mind, not every move requires this, and learning this requires to learn his moveset. So please just keep that in mind. The most difficult move, in my opinion, is the ground Margott attack, which occurs in P3 and P4. To deflect this requires very strict timing. You want to follow the click pattern of 1-1-2 or 1-1-1-1. Please also watch how I click in slow motion too. Another concept to keep in mind is cancels. Mortal Isshin in all phases can cancel in a variety of moves, halfway through the move and unexpectedly, especially in phase 1 and phase 2. An example is shown of one move where he cancels his normal attack in phase 3. Now, some overall tips which will help you guys, which really helped me really master this boss, was using this practice item, so the Ungo Spirit Fall. This allows you not to take any damage, so you can just keep fighting him without dying. And what I highly suggest is doing Mortal Isshin with this practice item over and over and over until every run you're only getting hit a few times. Now, if you get bored doing practice runs over and over, you could try defeating him hitless and charmed first. And if you're very confident, you can try defeating him in charmless and with Demon Bell. And my main advice is just making sure your eyes are locked on him, so seeing what he does next, because this boss requires very fast reaction time. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a nice day. Bye.